Welcome to my first look at the Schlieffen. It is a legendary tier German battleship, and in fact it appears to be the top of the German Battlecruiser line. It's the new line that was released a little while ago, and the ship has torpedoes. It has pretty good secondaries. My big question is, will the main guns have a greater potential for damage than what I experienced with the old German Battlecruiser line? I seem to get more damage out of HE shells with those ships. In any event, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who is Franz von Hipper. Base trait is elbow room, which improves the secondary gun range and its shell grouping. And then for inspirations, I have Andrew Cunningham, Concentrated Devastation, which improves the main battery shell grouping. And then we have Robert Joujard, Borer, which improves the battleship's armor-piercing shell penetration multiplier. And for the skills, we have your standard accuracy build skills here. Flammable Cannoneer, which improves the battleship's main battery range and shell grouping, but it is at the risk of catching fire. Then we have Gyrating Drill Bits, which improves the battleship gun traverse speed and its armor-piercing shell damage, but it is at the cost of a maximum speed. Then we have Marksmanship, which improves the main battery dispersion, but it is at the cost of a rudder shift time. And then the last skill is Reaching Out XXL, which improves the main battery range. And then we have Will to Rebuild here for the legendary skill, which improves the amount of HP recovered with that repair party, and it's at 73%. If you go up to legendary rank 4, that will go up to 110%. But it does deter the repair party duration there. You can see it's currently minus 40%, and if you go up to legendary rank 4, it will be cut in half, down 50%, but the amount that you recover more than compensates for that in my experience. Special effect for Will to Rebuild will auto repair when the HP is equal to or less than 20%, and to activate that special effect you have to be within 2.75 kilometers of an allied ship, and that's at legendary rank 3. Going up to legendary rank 4 will increase that radius up to 3.5 kilometers. Alright, let's check out the upgrades for the ship, and I did go with a secondary build here to start out. Secondary battery mod 2, which improves the secondary battery firing range and its dispersion. It improves that by 20%. And I thought I would check out the secondaries here in the first look rather than the accuracy with aiming systems mod 1. Second upgrade is propulsion mod 2, which cuts in half the time it takes to reach full power when accelerating. And then the third upgrade slot is Concealment System Mod 1, which improves the detectability range of the ship, and it improves the incoming fire dispersion by 5%, and this doubles up on your fully upgraded camo or skin that you may have on any ship. You want to do this for any battleship that is tier 6 and above, in my opinion. And then here for the fourth upgrade slot, as long as I have it, I went with the Epic Mod, Secondary Battery Mod 3 Epic Mod, and for every 50 secondary hits, secondary battery reload time is improved by 5%, and this does kind of help because the secondary battery reload time for the Schlieffen is kind of slow. I've seen faster reload times here, so let's check out the loadout. Have your normal high explosive and armor piercing shells, and we do have torpedoes here, so this is awesome. We'll check that out in a second. Here you can see the damage control party. Duration is 10 seconds, reloads every 40 seconds, and there are 3 consumables here. So this is the deal with these battle cruisers, and you have 3 damage control parties. Once they're used up, you're going to burn down if they start you on fire. And in my experience, red team players, once they notice you're in one of these ships, they do whatever they can to start fires to make you deplete your damage control party, and then you're in big trouble. So that is the one Achilles heel of these German battle cruisers here. Next is a repair party consumable, which will partially restore ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 658 hit points per second. If we were to go up to legendary rank 4, that would go up over 700 hit points, probably close to 800 hit points per second is my guess. Duration is 16.8 seconds. Reloads every 80 seconds, and there are 3 of those consumables. Enhanced secondary targeting is the next consumable, which improves the secondary battery shell grouping and its dispersion. Duration is 30 seconds. Reloads every 60 seconds, and we have 3 of those consumables. Next is a sonar, which has a torpedo detectability of 3.9 kilometers, detects ships in 5.7 kilometers, duration is 120 seconds, reloads every 180 seconds, and there are 2 of those consumables. Don't have any boosters running, but that could change depending on the situation. Camo, the ship does not come with camouflage, so I'm just using any camo that I have here. It happens to be the community contributor camo, which has sea detectability and incoming fire dispersion of 4.5%. Stats, survivability hit points is 76,100, and okay, that's pretty good for a battlecruiser. Armor 19 to 380 millimeter. Torpedo damage reduction is 25%. Artillery is rated at 93. That looks promising. There are 8 guns. Firing range is 18.4 kilometers. Reloads every 30 seconds, but the traverse time is pretty good at 24 seconds. HE shells have a maximum of 4,600 with a 27% chance of setting fire. Armor piercing has a maximum damage of 14,245. And a secondary armament, since we're doing a secondary build, we got to check that out. Firing range is 11 kilometers. The 105s reload in 2.8 seconds with a maximum HE shell damage of 1,200. 5% chance of setting fire. The 150s reload every 6.4 seconds. Maximum damage is 1,700 with an 8% chance of setting fire, and they do start fires pretty well. I can't tell you that from my initial testing of the ship. Torpedoes, you have 4 racks of 4 torpedoes each, and each side of the ship has 2 racks of 4 torpedoes is basically what that is. Maximum damage is 16,533, which is pretty good. That's getting up there. The range is 8 kilometers, which is okay, but the speed is a little low at 54 knots. AA defenses, it looks like you will definitely clear the sky in the Schlieffen if someone in an aircraft carrier wants to try to take you out. Maneuverability, maximum speed is 30.7 knots. Turning circle radius is almost 1 kilometer. Wow, okay. Rudder shift time is 16.9 seconds. Concealment, detectability range by sea is 13.6 kilometers. Range by air is 11.4 kilometers. And while you're firing into smoke is 15.7 kilometers. All right, let's check out the armor view. And this looks like a lot of orange and yellow armor. Let's check that out over here. And okay, so that is the superstructure. And that is the lower bow right there. And that is below the waterline, but okay. The bow is 34 to 75 millimeters, so that is a little bit protected there. And 170 to, all right. So that looks okay. Let's remove some of this armor and check out the citadel. And okay, looks like a lot of orange armor here. Okay, 34 to 75. And yeah, I don't know if you can really do much bow tanking here, but really in general with any ship in the game, do not go broadside. Even though a lot of people look at the armor, yeah, you want to mind your angles and don't go broadside is the bottom line right here on this and really any ship in the game as far as I'm concerned. Overview. The ship has an above average secondary battery range. And yeah, that is what we saw at that 11 kilometers once you build up that high. Extended sonar. The sonar's range or duration is increased. That is awesome. Fast above average maximum movement speed. And yeah, 30 knots is pretty fast for a battleship. So then the Schlieffen is a high-speed battleship that inherited numerous traits of German battlecruisers of the World War I period. Her main armament is represented by 420 millimeter and that is 16.5-inch main battery guns. Year of design was 1944, and it looks like there were no ships in the series. Alright, so that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard match and see if we can make something happen with those 16.5-inch main guns. So how do you get the Schlieffen? Well, it's available in a Bureau project that you purchase in the store for either 5,000 doubloons during the Lazare's Heritage Campaign or 30 million silver credits. You can still buy the Bureau project in the store for 30 million silver credits when that campaign is over with. I've got a video explaining all of that, which I will leave a link to down below. But wow, look at this. This is a very truncated match, only 5 ships per side, no destroyers, several cruisers, and a couple battleships per side. So yeah, I guess that happens more and more. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, the big deal for me is those 3 repair party consumables that when you run out of those consumables, you are really in big trouble. So you have to be really judicious as to when you activate the repair party, and you don't want to waste, you certainly don't want to waste them, because you will definitely burn down. So here there is a Yamato that's up here, and he's going broadside. This is awesome. So we're going to try to get some Citadel hits here, and we do have the armor piercing selected. So let's see how we do. Only 6,000 damage. Looks like he is turned out a little bit, so he's not really exactly going broadside, but he did take a shot at us. So this could be some big time problems here, but I did turn in, and he still took me for 17,000 damage right there. So yeah, you definitely have to watch it regardless of what kind of ship you're in, especially against a Yamato like that can overmatch just about anything in the game, it seems like. Yeah, it's a big Achilles heel is getting taken out with Citadel hits when they're going broadside like that, but unfortunately we could not take advantage of that. So, okay, here's a Worcester up here. He disappears. There he is. So, yeah, he's turning in, so no chance for Citadel there, but I really... Yeah, I hit full stop and even reverse. We got that... we got the Worcester for 12,000 there, it looked like, and now the secondaries are starting to kick in. So the Worcester is 10.3 kilometers away. I locked my secondaries on him, so all the secondaries are going to focus on him, even if another ship comes within the radius, I believe. Certainly on this side of the ship. But yeah, even though he's hiding behind that island, it's not really helping him very much. And we did hit the enhanced secondary targeting. I don't know if I should have waited till he was more out in the open, but I didn't. We started a fire. And hopefully we can take that guy out, because he is going to come out here in the open water, it looked like. Nope, he's stopping. Maybe he hit the island. But in any event, we do get the epic module going there. So we did hit the 50 secondary hits, and we've got a little bit quicker of a reload. We've got a 5% quicker reload. We're up to 36,000 damage, all in like 3.5 minutes or so. Yeah, destroyed ship, the first blood medal. So now we are going to come out here, and we're going to go after the Yamato if we can. And he's still going broadside, so this is awesome. This is good news for us. But since I have the secondary enhancement on upgrade number 1 instead of the accuracy module there, yeah, the accuracy I think is suffering. The one thing about the German battleships is they have a kind of poor accuracy anyway, so you want to do everything you can to help out the accuracy of the German battleships. And Yeah, I can't even see that guy, and I've got to get out of there, otherwise he will just rain fire on me from on high. So we're doing the best we can. Still can't see that guy. Oh boy, it's a Colbert. So hopefully he's going to stay broadside like that, and we could really nail him with maybe a Citadel hit. If we're lucky, we can take him out, but no, he's turning in on us. And a Colbert set up for an agile build is pretty darn maneuverable, and I don't really have much hope in really nailing that Colbert if he's going to be moving around. And there is a Pommern, which I didn't see until just now. The Pommern had to have been there all along, but he's probably got the concealment mod going. And we took a shot at the Pommern. Did we get any hits? Looks like we didn't get any hits there. So we are up to 54,000 damage already, though. So 58 secondary hits, only 18 main gun hits, and a couple fires from the secondaries. So we're going to come around the island here. And I'm going to leave my teammates over by A to capture A, and I'm going to concentrate on the ships over here by B, but I don't really want to run out there against all three ships. 3-on-1 is not great odds for me. And there I took a shot with the torpedoes in case the Pommern thinks he's going to come around there. You never know. But I didn't fire all of my torpedoes on that side of the ship. I want to hold some in reserve because really I have no idea where they are. The other ships, that is. So somebody's capturing B. Right, so yeah, you could look at the turrets here, and the rear turret is rotating through the front. That's pointing toward the front of the ship as it's rotating around. It doesn't have to go around the backside, and in some ways I think that's a quicker turret traverse on that rear turret because of its ability to do that. So now we're going to come around here and see if we can deal some pretty big time damage to the Pommern here. It looks like he's lined up perfectly for us. And yeah, this looks great. And it looks like he's got some hunter camo. And okay, we got 14,000 damage right there. We're up to 69,000. And now we're going with the secondaries with the enhanced targeting. And unfortunately, this guy goes behind this island. But yeah, we're really racking up the secondary hits here. We're going to come around the other side of this island and, well, try to take the Pommern out with our torpedoes here. He's probably got 2/3 of his health left. Looks like the health is building up a little bit too. It did for a second. I thought that line was ticking up, but we are going to take some torpedo shots through the gap here. And all right, there is that torpedo rack. So yeah, that's why I didn't fire both of those torpedo racks at the same time. And we got that guy for 7,000 and 16,000 more. We're up to 98,000. So you can definitely deal some big time damage with the Schlieffen here with these big time armor piercing 16.5-inch main guns. And yeah, that is a perfect shot with all those torpedoes. And we took that guy out. We're up to 132,000 damage, 2 destroyed ships on 3 torpedo hits. So far this is looking like a pretty good first look for the ship. And actually, this is probably the 3rd or 4th match I've played with the ship. And I've pretty much, to be honest, stuck with Von Hipper the entire time. We did ratchet up our secondary epic mod up to the 2nd notch. We can go all the way up to 5 levels on the epic secondary mods, but we're going to come around here and try to capture B and run into that last cruiser. I think that is the Colbert. So to be honest, at this point, I'm kind of wondering, you know, I've only got one repair consumable down there, and I do know that the Colbert can burn down a lot of people, and I think there's a good chance that I might get burnt down here. There's only 2 battleships on the blue team versus the Colbert. And oh boy. If it were me and the Colbert, I actually would kind of like my odds. And the Colbert is got 2/3 of his health left, so he is not giving me a broadside. He's not making it easy. And there you go. He started 2 fires on that one salvo. We did get a high caliber medal with that last shot. And we're going to hope that our teammate can take this guy out while he is concentrating on us. There, I used up my last repair party consumable, and we get started on fire again. So there you go. So now I'm really thinking that this is going to be it, and I'm really hoping that my teammate is going to take the Colbert out, because Colbert is definitely focused on me. I've only got 1 fire going. I do have 1 repair party, but I'm not really going to waste it at this point. I'm going to see if I get down to a desperate level before I activate the last consumable right there for the heal consumable. And okay, so here's a broadside. There you go. There's 1 rare broadside this guy has given me, and we'll see if we can get him. And we miss. So I guess he was turning out, but yeah, in general, without the accuracy module on upgrade slot number 1 for the main guns, you are in big trouble here. The match is over with because my teammate did take him out. Right, well, there you go. That's a big time victory in one of the very first matches in the Schlieffen. 247,000 credits, 136,000 battle performance total damage on 31 main gun hits, 3 torpedo hits, 2 destroyed ships, 4 fires, 2 floodings, 127 secondary hits, a first blood medal, a high caliber medal. Wow, let's see how we did on the team result. All right, well, second place overall. The Republic had a great match there, 2,900 XP with, I guess he's just got the 1 destroyed ship with the Colbert, but he definitely had the medals going there. All right, so let's see how we did on the economy tab. All right, well, by the time it was all said and done, we cleared 20,000 silver credits. So legendary tier is not a big time money maker, that is for sure. All right, well, that's it for my first look at the Schlieffen, and I definitely like the ship a lot better than the other German battlecruisers that I have. And the main guns definitely seem to deal out the damage, and the secondaries with the 11-kilometer range definitely have the reach to do their own damage, it seems like. So if nothing else, you got to see a little bit about what the ship was all about. Let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.